Hello, 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 and welcome to another edition of Let's Check Out This Post by Arc Daily. That's a bad segment name. Should change that. I haven't put too much thought into really naming it besides it being like Architect Reacts, because that's really the point. I'm reacting to these posts on architecture websites, and the main one is Art Daily. So let's get to it. I just did one of them, so let's switch it over to that. Just did that one. Let's look at this Iron Fist Restaurants and Studio by Studio Kota. Kota? And architect is Eric Stranos. Does it say where it is? Does not. Oh yeah, Jakarta, Indonesia. That's cool. So this is a restaurant. I currently work at an interior architect's firm or interior designer that focuses heavily on restaurants. I mean, I overheard my boss speaking today that they want to get a lot more academic because they built, I don't know, probably over 1,000 restaurants, bars, and nightclubs. It's a lot. So let's look at this one. So off the bat, let's just look at the imagery and what they have chosen to submit, and then we can read through. But off the bat, it's really interesting. So there's a general composition here showing an extension of the inside, and it looks like outside. I mean, they changed the ground to gravel, and is this a door? I don't even know what this thing is, but this is Indonesia, so who knows? And over on the left here, there's like the drapery for what appears to be a more private room, and out here is some just pretty standard four top seating, and then along the back wall is some vegetation, and then something's happening out there. I can't quite tell, but the texture is incredible. I mean, this seems to be clearly an infill TI project. So often, almost always with the restaurants, it's an existing building, and then someone else comes in and renovates the existing space. And often there's more levels than that, but I won't bore you today. So here, I mean, this looks like it's out by the bar with some fixed, very plain standard bar stools over this like steel grate thing, and are these supposed to be like an ottoman or something to put your drink, or I don't know. That it's all built in, but it's all this very industrial, great feel, like metal and concrete, and then this single neon strip that's clean right there, just to add more to that color. I mean, clearly they've gone with the green aesthetic. And so here's that more private room with that same ceiling as the bar area. So it's probably just a bunch of LED lights above, hopefully LED. And then they put this grate on here to diffuse it. That's a very interesting strategy of how to just diffuse it, because you can do it in a lot of different ways. Often people, I mean, almost all light is diffused through some kind of bulb or shade, but beyond that, we often require extra diffusement just so it all plans even. And it's crucial in a restaurant to have very even, but then also dynamic lighting, and how even this grate is causing some splash on the walls, so it's adding some texture to what is a very flat color. I mean, the color, it looks like the same as the tables, and then in here they matched the tables. I mean the chairs to this, I don't know, rubber meat curtain thing. I mean, it's a part of me likes it, and a part of me is like, it looks like a meat locker, but I don't know. I've worked in some freezers and stuff, then there's just a single um uh, piece of art. So that's interesting. Interesting. So here's the bar, and I'm gonna move myself over some. But so, this is another part, the interior part with that same grate, and then these same standard four tops, but they're all pushed up against each other to probably have one big communal. And then on the decorative lighting, they just went with these neon strips, but that's not really lighting any of the from at all. It's all of these tracks that are all pointed in very specific spots to help really even out that means really the foot candle. So but this is just very beautifully industrial. They really preserved the texture, and I mean it's like floor to wall quite seamlessly. This must be the outside iron fist, the a green gate that slides closed and is also security. So there's not really a door. It's an open flow. That's neat. And then you also see above, so there's a peek at some stairs, and then, oh, there's something also up there. I'm not quite sure what, but they made this see-through so you can at least see what's happening. And still, again, preserving this very seems historic texture. They may have added some itself, and this is really a photographer having some fun with that pier and the reflection. It is a cool shot, obviously, and then some more of that dining room area, and then here's the entrance. So you enter on one side, come through, and then the other exterior space is out over there. So they have this interior space flanked by two exteriors. That's smart. And then the stair appears to be exterior because, especially in the game of being green and energy costs, it's all about what space needs to be air conditioned and then what space can just be basically outside. So here's a shot looking back to the. I mean, you put a lot of pictures for this small space, but it seems pretty well done. But still, there's no people. Like, I mean, I get you want to have it for the space, but it's a bar or a restaurant, so like you want to see the food. Also, you want to see the atmosphere as well as these shots. So they put in a floor plan here, and really it's about the kitchen is, oh, so back over here is the kitchen, and it's stairs up to the exterior interspace. So I did speak. So that picture was a little deceiving, but here it is a great breakdown of all of the different spaces. I am covering up some of it, but they have a front and back of house, and they pretty push all of the public space in the front. And for people who haven't worked in restaurants, you might not know how much of the space you don't actually see. I mean, this kitchen's about half the space. That's not that uncommon, you know. And then here, there's backup. I mean, there's to be management, some kind of employee area, something. You know, I mean, there has to be at least space for a computer to the books and inventory, on and on and on. You know, and often at a place, there's many layers of managers. So the whole thing is 300 square meters, and then the the photographs are a specific person as well, and that's its own industry itself. And again, text description provided by architects. So, Iron Fist is a two-story Chinese fusion restaurant and bar located on Block M, South Jakarta. Situated in this historical neighborhood of Block M. See, historical. That's why this looks old. I mean, they're trying to keep it more industrial, which goes with the more rustic rather than the velvets or the golds or even the wood. Wood can be difficult. I mean, the steel it fits concrete, you know. Um, oh, the Block M area known as Little Tokyo. I'm actually living in Little Tokyo in downtown LA, not for much longer, but that, that's cool. Because of the strong presence of Japanese-owned businesses in the vicinity, is and Australia is going through a rapid revitalization to bring back its pastime glory as a popular destination for young people and tourists in the 80s. The face of Block M was dominated by modernist buildings from the 60s and 70s. The modernization of Block M in recent the modernization of Block M in recent years, but the original face of the area behind its pastiche design represented with glass curtain wall and colorful aluminum paneling. The modernization of Block M in recent that makes no sense. The modernization of Block M in recent years. Okay. And then that's all that. Oh no. There is a momentum shift when people more attracted to alternative outdoor hangout places outside big box shopping malls. During post-COVID era, people preferred to hang out in open air places. Thus, hole-in-the-wall restaurants with outdoor spaces from Block M area become a hit. This is a great opportunity for Iron Fist to be a part of Block M revitalization movement to regain its area's popularity. I bet they put that in one of their applications because the Block M revitalization improvement. You just throw that in there, but I mean it is clean. But like, do you sit on that? Do you sit on the ground? I don't know. It's a Chinese fusion, so I don't know how any of this works. And it's Chinese fusion in Tokyo. Are you fusing with Japan? What's happening here? The design intent for the exterior is to focus on the returning to the building's original facade to its original state. On returning the building facade to its original state. This means liberating the frontage of the aluminum curtain wall installed by the previous tenant so that the beauty of the existing harness facade can be exposed. They don't, but they say that, but then they don't put that the picture by it. Where's the picture? Where's the face? Where'd you go? Yeah, see, modern. So they put a glass curtain wall on this on the outside. It's hilarious. Oh, really? People are wild. But they should have put that one. I mean, I guess like who reads these really? Like I'm probably the main person actually reading these, but most people don't read. This is also an important point of actually doing this and explaining projects via audio and video and many other forms besides just a blog. Who a, a blog is a newspaper. A blog is done. Like there's only so much. This is a lot of time, but people can prop this on, or they'll find it in their YouTube Shorts, and you know, or just whatever it's called. But so they scrapped off all of the stupid, more modern, contemporary stuff. I mean, like the glass curtain wall, which is just a big old glass wall. A similar strategy for the interior. The existing wall and ceiling are to be revealed and become the highlight of the project. The relatively new paint is scrapped to show layers of old paints that were applied multiple times from different tenants. This exercise is a part of exploration to find aesthetic specific to the context. That's interesting. So the relatively new paint is scrapped to show layers of old paints that were applied multiple times but again, you don't really show me that. Like, you say that, but is it this? I don't really. I mean, you buffed it, or the ceiling. You mean? Did you scrape it? I don't get it. I mean, like, you're saying nice words, but you're not doing too much. While the beauty of the existing becomes the main show of this project, the supporting acts come from the steel elements. See that brush stick married with that steel. Not only for aesthetic purposes, but the presence of steel here is also used for the structural reinforcement of the old concrete structure. Off the steel Off-the-shelf steel elements such as cable tray and slotted angle were used, but I mean, they're speaking about it, but they aren't showing that picture. I mean, I had to like specifically go through and find the picture. So this is crucial with marketing. Like, how many architects are just slapping this stuff on a website, not even caring, not even explaining to the average person who might be, that's actually cool, you know, like, but this is a marrying of the old and the new, and done in a very subtle way that you might think it's been there a long time. And that means they've done this job well. Open and area bar space on the upper level is supplemented with a tropical infusion for the long linear tropical. I mean, I get, so this image actually fits, but a tropical infusion, I don't know. I don't know how the words aren't fitting the images. The gravel flooring is presented to give an extra outdoor feel to the semi-outdoor seating area. Colorful neon boxes are introduced at every level of the restaurant to resemble old Hong Kong neon lights, old Hong Kong neon signs. The element becomes the datum of the design. I don't think you know what datum means. Color selection is based off the graphic identity of the Iron Fist restaurant. That doesn't make any sense. Datum is the main element, or the thing that everything else connects to. And I'm sorry, adding a small strip of green neon and a few other pieces, that does not become the datum. I thought those were art pieces they added on. The light isn't even on people. Like, are we serious here? So yeah, I think there we go. I don't know. I liked it at first, but the more I read and the more I saw, I don't know. I mean, I would eat here. The food's probably wild, but oh, and then that's it. You just stop. That's the last sentence. There's no summary. There's no conclusion. Who wrote this? Who are you? Why? Why have you never taken a writing course? There's an introduction. There's a body. There's a call to action, hopefully. And then there's a conclusion, which also has another call to action to remind you to do something. So in conclusion, you don't have to do anything. That's fine. This is just entertainment. Alright, I'm done.